Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all very much for joining me on today's video. I hope you guys have checked out the giveaway video that I put up yesterday, so you're welcome to check that out. You'll see a little eye pop up shortly, just obviously giving you the video details to that link. So make sure you put your comments on that. So again, thank you all very much for joining me. If you're watching this afterwards, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well, and obviously share as well. So I hope you you enjoy learning about charts, and certainly I'll take you through all the precious metals if necessary. So we're going to be looking at silver, gold, platinum, palladium, and we're also going to take a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. So we'll also be looking at that. We've got a couple of people in already. Let's see, we're up to 5. Excellent. So we've got Palladium. He says, how's you going? No, I'm good. Thanks, and yourself, Potter Jam. I hope you're doing well. And we got Starbuck Jeff as well. He's also dropped it in. So Starbuck Jeff, good to see you. Thank you very much. I saw your comments there on the giveaway video. Awesome, buddy. We're going to be taking a look at a few things, and we're going to start off with silver. So silver's not looking too bad in relation to its retracement. So we're going to take a look at that. It is in a decent triangle formation. So we're also going to take a look at that as well. And then we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin price as well later on. So a lot of action happening there. So let's take a look at silver. As you guys can pretty much all see, we've got an interesting pattern here forming. So, you know, we've come from the middle here. We are still under our 20-day moving average. That is this line here. That's what I consider to be a bullish movement once we're sitting above that for a consistent amount of time. Pretty much we were there a few days back. You can see we had this momentum going up, and then we dropped, and now we're in the cloudy area here, which is these moving averages. And then what we've done is we've got our ascending support line in place. As you can see here, we've got 2 green candles here for the last couple of hours, and then we had quite a strong sell-off candle there. About 50,000 sold off at about 1400, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to take a look at a couple of articles as well. We've got obviously some general news. US threatens sanctions on anyone dealing with Iran's oil tanker. That's interesting. And then we've also got some precious metals that we're going to be taking a look at. Let's have a look. Canadian Ryan. Hey, Canadian Ryan, how are you doing? This is Hey Limey. I have you plugged into the car radio. That's awesome, man. But not chatting. No, I appreciate you listening in. Awesome. How are you, Silver Limey? Up? Not too bad. Not too bad in yourself. Quite a busy day here. I wanted to try and get on a little bit earlier. But this is the time we have. So Potter Jam says, sorry, let's start by Jeff there, asking how it was. And then we've also got Great, got my crossbow delivered today. It's so powerful, and it's kind of scary. I presume it's kind of a hunting bow, or are we talking a compound bow? That certainly sounds interesting there, Potter Jam. So when we're looking for silver, currently it looks like we're sitting on this ascending support line. So we should start to see some sort of upward momentum here developing, and hopefully we can break through and sit above our 20-day moving averages. 20-day moving averages obviously holding in place here. We're currently above it, and we're currently below our 100-day moving average currently. So we need to get through a 100-day moving average, be consistently above that, and then we can start to break out to those higher levels. And hopefully we can maintain this, and either we might just push up all the way to the furthest point in this triangle, and then hopefully break on through based on this consolidation line. We've been consolidating there now for what's that, since 14th of August. There's a couple of days now, so we'll check. We'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully we can start to see some higher prices. I'm very grateful that silver is sitting above the $17 mark. So hopefully we will not be seeing 16 for quite some time, and hopefully we can build on this again. Just follow this ascending support line further up, and then we can maintain that and hopefully pop straight above it. We're going to be taking a look at platinum as well. Platinum's broken out from its current trend line, so we will obviously take a look at that as well. Gold holding steady about $1,510. Let's have a look. So we've got what makes silver fluctuate so much? It's the trading. Starbuck Jeff. That's pretty much these buying and sell orders. Also, it's fairly affordable, so you can buy loads of it, essentially, versus buying a lot of gold, electronic traded funds. So you can literally sit with a load of silver and you can trade it, and then obviously once the price gets to a certain point, you can sell it off and then buy in at the lower levels. So obviously in most traders, what they're doing is they're looking for the lows. So what you probably find out is there's people that bought in here at 17. Price has gone all the way up here to 724. They have a load of these. They got loads of ounces there on paper. Then they sell them here, and then they buy in back here, and that's where they make their profit, guys. They buy in. And I've always stated buy the dips, because that's what everyone else does. They buy the dip, and then they sell the high. However, just by buying the dips, even if you want to consolidate your position and hold it, if you're buying the dips consistently and not constantly buying the highs, you can end up with more in your stack, or essentially you'd be holding more value for when it does start to uptake. Then essentially you haven't been buying in at 1740, but rather you've been buying in at 1710. So you've gained 30 cents. So if you've got 100 ounces, times that by 30 cents per 100 ounce. I think what's that about? It's about 30 bucks per 100 ounces. Not bad. Just by buying low consistently. Let's have a look. Pot of Jam says 175 pound recurve bow. Wow, there you go. And still powerful as anything. Set a 16-inch bolt right into the ground, like all the way. Wow. That must be some bow you got there. Have we got detecting Michigan boy? He says hope silver keeps dropping so we can all buy. I want prices up, buddy. I don't want prices down. The higher silver goes, the less volatility that we can expect. So at some point, the movement's got to change. And guys, don't forget the price silver at these prices is still pretty good. But again, buy the dips. Greetings from the great city of Sheffield. That is Stephen Heath. And then we've got Starbuck Jeff N Coins. He says, okay, makes total sense. There you go. Thank you. Absolute pleasure. Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker. How are you doing, man? Good to see you. And Starbuck Jeff saying, cool. Nice. Right. So let's get back to it. So I'm looking at silver here, where silver price is currently $17.12. There's our range. So beginning of the day there, it was 17.05 and it was 17.33 in relation to where it is now. And then the technical analysis of TradeView states that it's a good position to buy. Again, there we go. Wait for those dips, guys. Awesome. Let's take a look at. We're going to take a look at gold now. How's everyone doing today? Anyone acquire anything? Is anyone looking at buying at these prices? Has anyone bought any gold? That's what I'd like to know. Anyway, here we go. This is gold. This is our ascending triangle that we put in here. So we've got our support line, which carries. Initially, our support line was pretty much in line with our 200-day moving average, which is all the way down here, as we can see. So this is gold on the hourly. Our 200-day moving average is about 1,500. So that's pretty much where our lowest support level will lie. And it looks like our ascending triangle's holding. Also, if you have a look here, it hasn't broken through. It's touched and bounced off. So again, it's a good area of support. We're sort of trading in the murky zone currently. We were in a fairly good zone the last couple of days. We were well above our 20-day moving average, and it was pretty much this morning that we dumped. And effectively, someone was taking. Let me imagine that you're selling up here. You're selling gold at 15.27, and then you're buying back in at 15.03. So you're taking advantage of $24 there on the ounce. So if you've got 100 ounces times about $24, that's quite a substantial amount of cash that you can benefit from. And then you're buying back in. You can you'll be gaining an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half, or you'll be gaining an ounce and pocketing the cash, and then you keep growing it that way. However, we still need to get above. We're currently in the 100-day zone, currently, flirting with that. We're trying to break through, but we're getting resistance. So that it certainly is, to me, it looks like it's acting like resistance. And then, of course, we have our 50-day moving average here. That is definitely resistance because we are trying to get through it, but we're getting rejected. And once we're above our 20-day, as we've demonstrated here, we've been looking fairly good, but unfortunately, we've gone straight under it now. So we've got to get our momentum back up again. And hopefully we might see that in the next couple of hours, see a couple of green candles, retest the zone. Hopefully we can break on through and then slowly start to work our way back up to this resistance level where we can pop through. Silver looks in slightly, the patterns are very similar, but silver's more in this area here. So it's got a shorter length to play with. before it decides to make a move. So gold still got plenty of time here. What's the longest period that we're going to wait here? 20th of August, apparently. I think that's Monday. In fact, I'm just going to check it. So 20th is on Tuesday. That'll be the latest move before we're either going to see a breakup or a breakdown. But not looking too bad. Stephen Heath says, hit Limey's like button or we'll send the boys round. There you go. Thanks, Stephen. How are you today, buddy? Starbuck Jeff Coin says, my friend bought quite a few Bitcoins when they first started to come around. Wow. Well, I tell you what, he's done well if he's still got them. Starbuck Jeff. Silver Heist. Hi, Limey. Hello. Quick hello. $1,500 gold. Will it go below 1,400 or keep climbing? It seems doubtful we're going to be going above 1,400 based on this momentum. Also, we're hitting our support level here. I mean, to drop to 1,400, there's got to be something critical that is going to have to happen. I mean, this is where the $1,400 level is, Silver Heist. It certainly seems unlikely, based on where we're currently tracking and trending at the moment, that we're going to see that low. I would rule it off in the near future because all bull runs come to an end, and then the bears come in, and we end up retracing to lower levels where we then begin to start taking off again. I'm certainly not going to say any time in the near future that we're going to hit 1,400, but certainly 1,500 certainly seems like a good support zone currently for gold. So, if I look at where we've tested, we've only really tested it there, and we've been fairly positive. And since then, we've just sort of been flying well above the 20-day moving average, and then we've only now started to come within that zone. So hopefully into some consolidation and then push up and then break out. Obviously on the bull side, I can't see us in that much of a bearish move currently. So more than likely, I mean, at least there's a good chance that we're going to break out to the upside, of course. Stephen Heath says, bought Hulk coin and 10-ounce Britannia bar. Wow, I think you had last year's Britannia bar, didn't you, Stephen? He says you bought the Hulk coin. That's the Marvel piece. Very nice. A couple of my graded coins arrived. I've got an MS70. Was it the MS70? The 2018 Krugerrand, and then I also got my proof British Virgin Islands Pegasus. So I need to do a video on them at some point. So that'll be the next the following ones. I've got my one videos ready to go up as soon as I get a chance. There we go. Silver Heist says Hulk Smash, Britannia and Germania. Starbuck Jeff says yes, she does. Hey, Starbuck. And then Silver Heist says, on lunch break, have a good day. Well, thanks for dropping in, Silver Heist. Always good to see you, buddy. Yeah, so anyway, so that is gold currently. So gold trading at $1,511. Hopefully we'll get some more momentum over the next couple of hours, start to test that resistance level of the 50-day moving average, and the 20-day moving average is fairly close. Hoping to set ourselves up for Monday and close up in a positive zone. I mean, we're still, on the day, open was 1509. So, we're $2 up on the day, I suppose. Let me just get the daily here. Yeah, actually, we're $11 down on the day currently. But still, look at that. Still looking very good. And we're still within that zone as well, which we've been tracking. So as long as we maintain in this zone, gold's going to be seriously going up high. As long as we can maintain this zone. This is our pattern that we're in, this triangle, and it's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at Palladium, guys. Palladium is doing something very interesting in regards to other metals. It's been down the last few days, and it's had a bit of a breakout. So let's take a look and see what is happening with platinum right now. There you go. You can pretty much see that on the channel. On the channel screen. We've got nice green candles for the last 4 hours, like bang, straight up there. Look at the amount of wicks on that pattern. I don't think I've seen quite that many wicks up here. So they've been, testing those lower lows. They've been trying to test those lows. It's hit support here. Supports we've got a descending support zone. It did hit that. and then bounced back up, and then it tested the top resistance zone, and it's been floating with it. And then eventually what happens when we try and try again is that we end up getting back up, and that's exactly what's happened here. Our typical breakout maneuver, straight through, following hour straight up, the following hour straight up again, some selling pressure, and the next one straight up. It's like we smashed through 20-day moving average right over here. We smashed through the 50-day moving average right here. And then the 100-day moving average, we're pretty much through that as well. I'm not going to say we smashed, but we've broken through it. And that would be the next big one here for us to sort of gain momentum and really start to take control, or at least allow the bulls to start taking control. So we're going to definitely keep an eye on platinum right now. But platinum's not looking too bad. $847 per ounce of platinum. Certainly would be interesting to see who has platinum currently. Kellen L, hey man, how you doing? Good to see you dropped in. How are things your side? Starbuck Jeff N Coin says hello, Kellen. I'm good. How about you? He says he's doing good as well. So fantastic. We've got 10 in the live stream right now, which is fantastic. Let's have a look. So we've got gold we've covered, and we've also got platinum with that we've covered as well. Let's take a look at platinum on the daily screen right now. Right, there we go. So there's our ascending wedge for the daily for platinum. Not looking too bad actually. We've come down here, which is what we saw a couple of days back. We were sitting about that zone there. Hopefully that the 50 zone was going to act like support, but it didn't. So we broke down from there, and we even tested below our support level at about 834. We're now back up into that zone, and hopefully now we can start to gain momentum and start really getting up here to retest the above resistance levels here. What's that, about 870? It certainly would be fantastic if we can start to get up, retest these levels, and start to head up higher to the higher levels. So currently we're setting in a trend of, if you look at, we got higher lows currently set. So we got a low here, low there, and then a low here. And then when it comes from a higher position, so what we want to see is we want to see higher highs and we want to see higher lows. However, we've got a problem here. So we set up higher highs here as well as higher lows, but then we broke down back into this trend line. And now we haven't got the higher lows, but we've got the higher lows, but we don't have the higher highs currently. But we've broken out of this position. So hopefully we can start to gain momentum and get that higher high position, or at least get ourselves ready for next week. So platinum at $847.36. That's Kellen L. Obviously, he says, "Hey, Silver Limey 79. How's it going? I'm good, thanks. And yourself?" Just discussing the charts here, man. Fantastic. A decent day on your side, I'm sure. We are short 5 likes. Take a second and hit the like button. I absolutely love it. Thank you very much for that. Let's take a look at Palladium, guys. Palladium's acting pretty interesting at the minute. So let's take a look at Palladium. It's interesting because we're sort of back where we were a couple of days back. We were in this position here. We were trading about the 14, just below the 1450 mark. This is Palladium on the hour, looking pretty good. We've tested the lower resistance level, so we've got our ascending support line going up here. We've been consolidating pretty much the last day. We've got our ascending support line in place. We're currently just below the 200 here. So again, we are looking pretty good here, so long as this trend line pattern is in place. We're still in this candle here. We've got 15 minutes before this candle ends, so hopefully we can keep working away here, get the next candle, green candle up, and start working up and then retesting these higher lows. We've already been retesting it today at the higher resistance level. We've got 1, 2, 3 touches there. So eventually, if persistence plays out, we're going to break up to the upside, which is great. So Palladium currently priced at $1,445.57. That is Palladium. Mellow Stacker, he says, "How are you doing, Limey?" I'm very well, and yourself? How are you doing, Mellow Stacker? Good, thank you. Thanks so much for dropping in. So that's Palladium. We're going to take a look at some news now. We've got this bit of news here, which I just came across. U.S. threatens sanctions on anyone dealing with Iran's oil tanker. This was posted today, the 16th. Earlier on in the day, it says the United States threatened to slap sanctions on any ports or banks or virtually anyone trying to make deals with the Iranian oil tanker Grace 1. The ship was released on Thursday by Gibraltar over the objection of the United States. The U.S. is gravely disappointed with the UK and its overseas territory, Gibraltar, for releasing the oil tanker, which was detained in early July on suspicion of carrying oil to the Syrian entity, which is under European sanctions. Bloomberg reports, citing 2 U.S. administration officials. The authorities of the Gibraltar ruled to release Grace 1 on Thursday, despite the U.S. DOJ Department of Justice claim that it had asked Gibraltar to detain the tanker. The Supreme Court in Gibraltar said it had not received a written request from the DOJ to detain the tanker. That sounds like miscommunication here by the sounds of it. On the 13th of August, I received written assurances from the Republic of Iran that, if released, the destination of Grace 1 would not be an entity that is subject to European Union sanctions. The Chief Minister of Gibraltar, Fabian Picardo, said on Thursday, announcing that the release of the tanker. After the tanker is now released, the US would consider anyone trying to do business with the tanker, its crew, or its owners liable for breaching the US sanctions on Iran, the officials told Bloomberg. After the tanker was released on Thursday, the US Department of State said in a statement that the United States assesses that the M/T Grace was assisting the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps by transporting oil from Iran to Syria. This could result in serious consequences for any individuals associated with Grace 1. Earlier this year, the US designated the IRGC a terrorist organization. The crew members of the vessels assisting the IRGC by transporting oil from Iran may be negligible for visas or admission to the United States under terrorism-related admissibility grounds in Section 12A of the Immigration and Nationality Act of the U.S. State Department. The maritime community should be aware that the U.S. government intends to revoke visas held by members of such crews. If added, the U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that it is a message to all mariners: if you crew an IRGC or any other FTO associated affiliated ship, you jeopardize future entry into the U.S. Wow. Pretty interesting there. So pretty much the US wants to stop anyone from doing any sort of business with Iranian ships carrying oil. That's a pretty interesting line. We got Sherry Ward here, says, hi, Limey. He's Sherry Ward. How are you? Hope all is well on your side. Saying hello to everybody as well. Jody Rhodes. Hey, Jody, how you doing? I'm still waiting for that email, buddy. AU Concurrent says, hi, everyone. I want to buy more gold before Brexit, but I've run out of money for a few weeks, so I'm happy with gold and silver staying stable for a while. Yeah, certainly. So long as it maintains that $17 level, I'm super happy. I couldn't agree with you more. Sherry Wards is saying hello to everyone there. Likewise, Jody Rhodes. Platinum exploded. Anyone know why? We just had a look at the actual charts in regards to it. I tried to find some news on platinum, but I couldn't really see anything. It's probably mainly because of the price. I'll bring up platinum back up on the screen in a moment. If we have a look at platinum. Again, when platinum's just falling low below a certain threshold, then it is going to pretty much explode. So here we go. This is platinum on the daily. Let's go look platinum on the hourly. Nice strong candle up. Well, look, platinum's up $5. But there you go, guys. You can pretty much see it there. It's come out of the zone. It's really gone into there's the the support zone is about $830. Because the reason why is we're coming close there. We've touched multiple times there at 830. So what's happened is this has created a bottom. And then what's happened here is the bulls have come in and started to actually buy based on this feedback. We've had serious wicks down, but they haven't managed to get lower than that level. So it looks like $830 is the bottom for platinum currently, based on this, and then it broke out through from there. So again, it was just really down to bargains. And I've always said to everyone again, I always say over and over again, buy the dips. So if you'd bought at $830 for platinum, you would essentially be $17 $18 in the green currently at the minute. But obviously, platinum you can't buy at spot or melt value. There's always a heavy premium on platinum. However, whoever has platinum, I'm sure they'll be pretty happy with that move today. Hopefully, we just need to get above our 200-day moving average. Once we're above that, then we can start to maintain and hopefully consolidate and then start bouncing off these as support zones. The moment we break through these resistance levels, they become new support. So as we can see here, we broke through and then we had support. Obviously, they tried to push the price down, but then we still maintained it. Then that became support, that 50-day exponential moving average. Then we built up from there, popped on through, and now we need to wait 8 minutes for the next candle, and then we can maintain that as the next support zone. That is pretty much how resistance works. Once you get through resistance, it then becomes support. Let's check everyone's comments. Right, there we go. Right, so we got up to 16 people in the live stream. Guys, thanks very much for listening. We've got Starbuck Jeff, NC Coins says, hi, Sherry Ward, how are you? And then we've also got Sherry Ward saying hello. I hope you're well as Sherry Ward. And then we got Glad I bought some. There you go, Jody. Good call, Limey. Sherry Ward says, I am at the dentist. Got to get a tooth pulled. Oof, okay, well, all the best for that one, Sherry. And then we've got Steve Rice. He says, Limey, how are you, my friend? I'm very well, thank you, Steve. I hope you're well on your side. That's the same with me as well, Sherry. All the best there. Yeah, there you go. Even Starbuck Jeff's also giving you some support. Did I just see Silver Streak, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Silver Streak here, saying hello there to Steve Rice. Hey, man, and we got Health Babe as well. Jeez, guys, that's fantastic. We got up to 18 in the live stream, so thank you all very much for watching. Again, we've got thanks, letters of support. We've got Pete Hanson in the house as well. He says, working on getting my military high volume discount from Providence and JM Bullion as we speak. Well, good luck to you, Pete. I hope you managed to push that through. There you go, Health Babe, just saying hello there. Right, so as I was just saying there, in regards to the way resistances and supports work, so once we break through resistance then becomes support. So that's the reason why we broke through here. Our next candle, they tried to push the price down. What probably happened was there was a push up, then there was a bit of a sell-off, bounced off this ascending support line, and that pushed us through and held us above this resistance, which then turns to support. And then the next one, the 50-day moving average, same thing again, resistance. When we break through and the next candle starts, and we can then start building up support there. We hit that, then old resistance becomes new support, and so on and so on. So again, we've got to get ourselves above this level here in order to start to see movement in platinum. Okay, everyone. So, okay, that was the first bit of news there. So, U.S. sanctions, U.S. threatens sanctions on anyone dealing with Iran's oil tanker. And then we're going to move on to another few more articles now. So let's get these done. This was this morning. It says precious metals, gold, silver futures fall on weak domestic cues. Okay, globally, gold prices dipped 0.4% to 1,525 an ounce in New York. This is obviously New Delhi. In India, trades a lot of gold. That's probably one of the reasons why they have awesome, well, I wouldn't say awesome, but they tend to have a lot of news in regards to it. So, okay, this is generally just expectations, guys. I'm not going to show this one. This is what we've already discussed in pricing, and this is obviously in rupees. So we'll leave that one out for now. I'll show you the next one. Here we go. This says buy precious metals. Buy precious metals dips. Now that's one of my fortes. Whenever I say to anybody, buy precious metal dips, and even the it says Fed skewed more aggressively dovish. It says Scotiabank. This is by Anna Golubova, and she's from Kitco News. It says gold's near-term price action hinges on trade risk and market expectations surrounding the Federal Reserve's September move, according to Scotiabank. And again, I've also said that precious metals tend to move based on the amount of news out there, and then they start to move up or move down depending on that sort of news. The yellow metal confirmed its statement's breakout as it moved above the $1,500 an ounce level on heightened geopolitical concerns, trade worries, global monetary policy easings, Federal Reserve rate cut expectations, and a fear of a currency war, Scotiabank said in its August updates. Gold sharp repricing in the summer in both US dollar terms and versus other fiat currencies. That would mean other native currencies, euro and so on. Continues to justify its statement breakout. It highlights a macro regime shift and provided to investors that it has adapted to the reliability of geopolitical hedge, trade policy hedge, a rate cut hedge, and a currency war hedge. So there's numerous benefits there to consider when getting into precious metals. Global markets are still very focused on these risks, which is why gold is above the $1,500 an ounce level. The December COMEX gold futures was last at 1529, up 0.009% on the day. Following the Fed's basis cut in 25 basis point cut in July, the US-China trade war tensions escalated, in which gold responded with a rally. We pretty much saw that if you guys had followed the previous charts. The Fed's reaction function trade is being utilized and actively weaponized to achieve lower rates, even if the US data improves, thus defending one and done Fed rate cut calls. The overhang and the threat of further tariffs also just increases. A 50% basis point rate cut in September or an intermeeting cut are now longer tail risk options. Wow. Markets are currently pricing in a 69% chance of a 25 basis point, so that's about nearly 70%, and a 30% basis point of 30% chance of a 50% basis point rate cut. And then obviously what will tend to happen is the majority of the time the central banks will follow this stance in other countries, not necessarily to the T, but you'll find that probably 70%, 80% of other central banks will go and cut rates. The trade tensions that come almost immediately after the Fed rate cut have skewed the market's perception of the Fed towards a more dovish one. While the Fed didn't cut 50 basis points, the irony is that the subsequent price response in yields and gold, yes, because of the escalating trade tensions, indicates they basically did. Both trade risk and Fed risk have never been this unpredictable in the few days following the FOMC. That's the Federal Monetary Policy Committee meeting or something like that, I believe it is, which skews the Fed more aggressively dovish and ensures havens remain the preferred asset unless there's another game-changing policy response. There's the commodities, Q3 commodities performance since 2008. There you go. There's Palladium, 7.8%, silver 3.2, gold 2.7. Gold's new floor is now $1,400 an ounce, and a further upside above $1,500 an ounce depends on how aggressive the Fed cuts rates this year. It is, if there's additional volatility in the equity markets, however, a trade ceasefire and better than expected US macro data could pressure gold back to its 1350 and 1450. Someone was asking me in regards to the 1400 range. I don't know. I don't really see it at the moment. It would have to be one serious drop in order to get to that level. In this environment, the base case scenario might be to buy precious metals, including gold, on dips. Scotiabank's reported added macro regime of higher volatility floors, lower for longer yields, a hunt for yielding quality. Buy precious metal dips, sell rallies. There you go. So sell the highs, buy the dips, and sell the highs. It's a very nice picture there of gold. I think it must be a natural rock formation. Very nice. Let's check some of the comments. Oh, you guys have been busy. Right, so look, Starbucks Silver. Starbucks Jeff says Silver Streak, how's it going? And then we've got a lot of hellos there. Just going to go straight to the questions. There we go. Sherry Ward says, anybody want to come hold my hand? Health Babe says, Silver Limey, I was at one of my LCSs yesterday. A gentleman walked in with a tube of gold eagles and he sold all of them to the coin shop. Wow. Did you overhear how much he sold them for, Health Babe? I'm sure that they took that off him. Not me, Sherry Ward almost decked my dentist in the past. That's hilarious. Starbuck Jeff N. Coin says, you're welcome. I'm in California. I hope you'll close. Starbuck Jeff. Blended whiskey. Hey man, how you doing? Just we got up to 20 in the live stream at the minute, which is fantastic. So again, thank you guys for listening. Silver Limey 79, you sound different today. Are you doing okay? I'm fine, thank you. I don't know if it's just my voice, maybe. But yeah, I'm all good there, health babe. Sherry Ward, I have a dentist appointment next week, and I'm already nervous. Well, there we go. That's Steve Rice. Let's have a look, health babe. Steve Rice, no worries. You will get some freebies afterwards. There we go. It's probably the usual suite. Silver streak. I just covered there, almost decked him, Sherry Ward, but he's got a good dose of my mouth when it was over. There you go. Again, just some big hellos there. Health babe there, just remind everyone, don't forget to hit the like button. So guys, if you wouldn't mind just doing that, helps the channel out. Thank you very much. Where the heck is Celibate Metal Round at anyway? The last time I checked, it's back in the States. I'm not sure how long it's going to go on for there, Pete. I think Yankee Stacking he had it last, so he would be the last man to check out there. Let's have a look. Jody says, feels like the pressure's building. Everyone waiting to see who pops first. Come on, Brexit. Well, yeah, we've got a couple of months still there. Take advantage of the VAT-free silver while you can. Alicia's here. So, hey, Alicia, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. We got Blended Whiskey. Says, I want a gold grill. That's hilarious. Jody, you have teeth. We had a laugh at the SHIT coin yet. Jody, I am still fairly bullish on some altcoins, and I will maintain that for sure based on the charts that I'm looking at. So I won't be getting rid of them anytime soon anyway. The prices are too low. Blended Whiskey says I want to hold. Pete Hanson, didn't let me do a video on where he took Sal's Metal Round to an ancient historic site. Yes, I did. I went to Newgrange with it. I did a video. I uploaded that. It was quite some time ago. It might have been a few months back. I think Silver Heist showed it up on his. Silver Heist is the one that launched the whole Celibate Metal Round, the Salvation Nation, and he did a wrap-up video of it. Silver Limey 79. It was quoted at 14.87 an ounce. Wow. Total for 20 coins was 29,740. Did the guy deal in cash? Health babe. I'd say that was probably some deal that they got there under spot. That's like $50 under spot. Wow. I'm sure they were quite happy with that. In comes the dentist. Good luck. All the best. Health babe says Silver Limey 79. I have a couple of. Oh, do you? Oh, very nice. Yeah, I haven't got any of them. Just the one that I did. I did the one video there for Silver Heist when I took that round. Alicia says, "What's up? I thought you didn't see me. I definitely did. I gave you a shout out. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, Alicia. Will Stalker, man, how are you today, man? It's good to see you here. Jody Rhodes says you and these alts. Absolutely, trust me. Those alts are coming back, man. You can laugh at me when those alts are nice and high. We'll soon see who has the last laugh. I know. Sherry, I need to get out there and do some videos, on location videos. I'm working on it. It's just a matter of finding the extra time because majority of the locations that I visit are now further out, which now requires me going out further. Definitely keep your notification button on, guys. I'll let you know once those get loaded on anyway. But yeah, I often think about doing those tours again. So if you see one up, I'll definitely load it. So, Blimey, that was paid in check. The gentleman was happy. He said he will bring another 6 tubes. Wow, okay. Well, so, I mean, the guy accepted a check for a stack load of gold. Well, I tell you what, I'd be cash in hand. Or banker's draft. I certainly wouldn't be giving it to some guy at some coin shop. Anyway, fair play. Right, let's take a look at Bitcoin, everybody. Bitcoin. Right, here we go. This is Bitcoin. What do you think, guys, in regards to Bitcoin? I am still mixed. The reason why is I still feel that way is if we look at our flags here, obviously we've had a considerable amount of selling off, and we went as low as 7.5. We're still in the cloud currently in this area here between our moving averages. However, one thing that can be noted, if you have a look at where Bitcoin is, this is our area of support. So we got our ascending support line. We broke through that all the way down here. So it seems like we bottomed out at 9.5. I really honestly thought that we would be heading much lower and break that 9,000 because we didn't do that the last rally. However, it doesn't necessarily say it isn't going to happen. But if you look at where we've come from so we've gone from 9.5, we broke through this resistance level, and then we tested that resistance level, broke down, and then traded sideways. Again, we were in this tight range here, broke through, and then our 20-day moving average here was then support. We then broke through our 50-day moving average, and then that was acting like support until we broke down at this angle here. Now, that's just, in regards to these pushes up, I always get nervous because generally what happens is when we're still in a downtrend, we are still in a downtrend here, guys. This isn't going to change until we break out of this pattern, and it pretty much isn't going to change until we're back above this level, as in 11.5 and the 11.9. So we're still in a bearish trend zone. There's our descending resistance level. We're currently on it, and that is our resistance there. That's the 100-day moving average, right? So we pretty much got to get above all these levels here. Even though we're above our 20-day moving average, it's got to be consistently above it. This is on the hour. I'm going to take a look at the daily as well. But what happened is people have created liquidity in the market, and all that did was help the people that wanted to get out. So all it did was everyone started to get excited, start buying in. Yeah, cool. Things are going up. We come from 9.5. Geez, we broke the 10. And if you look at even from a news article perspective, it was like Bitcoin back above 10K. Now it's 11. It's a little bit too early for that, guys. So we were at 10.1. We were hovering around there. We popped up about 10.4. Then we broke down back down to sub 10. And that's pretty much the activity that we've been seeing. However, we are starting to see higher highs at this level here, which is a key zone in order for us to break out. So we've got lower lows in place. We've got higher highs in place. Now, again, we had the same structure here. We had higher highs over here, and we also had higher lows, but we broke down because we were in this bearish cycle zone here. So we still got a lot of work to do if we're going to break through this level here. If we don't, then it's going to be sideways action here. It looks like we're attempting to break through, guys. There's our major resistance line there at the 100-day moving average. I still want to get in lower. Again, I'm just concerned this could be a bear flag. Gets everyone excited. Everyone starts to, gets the pulses going. Everyone starts to get excited, start buying in, and then of course it may drop. So I'm still adamant to see some form of retracement back down to these lower levels, because again, this is just creating liquidity for the people that want to get out and drop the price. So I'd be quite nervous here currently at the minute until we're way above it, until we're way above our moving averages. Let's look at Bitcoin on the daily currently. So the daily will give us a better idea here. Okay, there's our daily. So consistently on the previous days, we've been having some major selling off from a high here of 12,000. What was it, 12.3, and then we've just sold all the way down. We've hit this support zone, so we are in a supporting zone currently. We're currently at 10,500. Again, we are still under our 20-day moving average, which is critical for me in order for us to get into some sort of bull market cycle. If you have a look here, we were way above the 20-day moving average until we topped and we started to come back down here. We still need to get down to our 200-day moving average, as far as I'm concerned, in order to sorry, no, that's 100-day. The 200-day moving average is back here, and that's about the early 8,000 mark. So I would love to get in at about 8.5 if I can. And if that doesn't hold, because the last time I said to you guys, I said, look, more than likely I'll try and get in about 10.8. What did happen? We were in this zone here. We hit selling, and I held off buying because I could see the volume wasn't there. And then we dropped down further. Again, if we have a look at our volume here, our volume's being consistent with this level here. I mean, again, it's that same consistency of volume. Again, we're not in this zone. Look at the volume here. It's almost triple where we are now. That's what we need to see. We need to see volume, mega volume, in order to get these higher highs, not this volume here. As far as I'm concerned, we need to be much higher in volume. Otherwise, it's just going to come down. So I'm keeping an eye on this. Again, if I'd rather lose out maybe $500 on per Bitcoin here, just to make sure that we are headed up versus actually getting in early here and then hitting the floor on the way down. So I'd rather be a little bit more cautious here, guys, when it comes to Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's just check in the chat again. We're up to 17. Great stuff. Okay, I think I went past my. There we go. Limey 79. The gentleman is a realtor. The transaction is small for him. Ah, right. Okay, so fair enough. He's obviously got quite a bit then. You never know. Maybe someone actually paid him in gold. Carl Electrum saying hello there. Pete Hanson, Carl, hope you're well. Thank you very much for dropping in the stream. He says, who's buying silver today? I'd say probably the majority of the traders. It looks like, although we might have some precious, if you check the playback there, I showed the precious metals, and it looked like the majority of the market was sort of slowed down to a degree. So it could be the physical, which is holding it currently. There we go. Blended Whiskey says, crypto kick me in the jewels every day. Man, it's definitely something you need to be a bit more cautious on. I certainly am. Silver Streak says, I bought 2 silver rounds yesterday. Cool. Hopefully you got them at the right price, bud. Wolf Stalker says, I got back into Bitcoin at 9.9. So you got back in at 9.9, man. Wolf Stalker, you're braver than me, my friend. Fantasy Money, zoom out. That's Jody Rhodes. He believes it's the ETFs, but it looked like there's a drop in electronically traded funds. It looked like there's a bit of a drop. Will Stalker says, can't. Not at the moment, Will Stalker. Unfortunately, I haven't got much time as well, guys. So I just need to do Litecoin and then just have a bit of a chat, and I'll have to end the live stream shortly. Silver Streak says they were $20 each plus tax. Wow, okay. So sales tax on top of that. Man, that sucked. Pete Hansen says, oh, I see. Winning Image Photography, how are you doing? Is Silver Stealer in the house? Hello, everyone. I'm at work, so might not be able to talk. I know Silver Stealer said that you were editing some videos a few days back. I see someone toggling the thumbs down for fun. That's bound to happen. Maybe they're wanting some predictions, which I don't do. I'm going to start looking for online deals at 20 a pop. There you go. I mean, I don't think we're too far away from that. I presume, was it the premium on silver is about 3+ spot melt value? Jody Rhodes, Bitcoin should be at an all-time high now. Not likely there's any competition globally. Yeah, I think as well, just, I've always said this, the institutional money is not ready yet. Again, institutions were not paid 10.5 grand for Bitcoin. The institutions, I mean, if you look at where our last bull run started to kick off was, 7.5. I'm not saying we're going to see 7.5 grand, but certainly closer to that level. I think, personally. Pete Hansen there says JM Bullion. Native Stacker, man, how you doing? Says, well, I was wrong last week when I said silver would get between 1730 and 1750 and trade sideways. Well, it did hit 1750, except that there was quite a big sell-off. I know what you mean. I was gonna bring that up, but thanks for mentioning that. I'm happy with the steady silver spot. Me too, absolutely. So long as we're above 16, I'm super happy about that. There we go. There's I think he got me off to work and went back to bed. Hilarious. That's Silver Stealer. Well, Stalker says, what's the Moon Boys saying today? Gold to 10K or 100K? Yeah. I like to be realistic when it comes to a short-term outlook. I don't like to say, yeah, gold's going to hit 2,000 by the end of the year. Look at the level of support that it's maintained at the minute, and that's probably one thing to, if you're going to go off any sort of prediction, take that and then work off there and line it with the support levels. If it maintains that support level, guys, then you can say, yes, if it maintains this support level, because that's more realistic, you can say it will hit 2,000 at the end of the year. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say, but just pull out a number randomly and go, yeah, but, gold's looking great. It's going to hit $2,000 by the end of the year. You need to come up with ways to justify the reason why you have a good feeling on that. Steve Rice says, winning image. You and Steeler totally surprised me yesterday. There you go. That's cool. Jody, well, it's a great time to buy, Jody. It's a great time to buy, man. I'm going to be buying more soon. I'm just waiting for a bit more. But yeah, Litecoin, absolutely. You'll see soon. Clinton S has missed you yesterday, and yeah, actually, I wasn't live streaming yesterday, Clinton S. I just loaded up the giveaway video. If you guys have missed that, the giveaway video went up yesterday. Make sure you go there, put a comment in, and you'll be entered for that draw. And we'll announce the winner on Monday. But guys, I need to get going here, so we're going to move on to Litecoin, and then we'll finish up. Litecoin, here we go. This is one of the coins Jody was referring to. Right, here we go. This is Litecoin, guys. Again, we're in nice consolidation mode. There's our support level, which seems to be holding. So we got an ascending support zone. We have a descending resistance zone, which is fair. We're at the bottom end here. We've broken above our 20-day moving average, which is great. That's probably that pump that Bitcoin did. So which is another point I want to bring up is that previously Litecoin was doing totally different to what the market was doing in regards to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was going up, all the other coins were going down. Hopefully with this reset, now that the price of Bitcoin is back down again, hopefully now Litecoin will be able to pick up that whenever Bitcoin goes up, Litecoin will follow. Right, there we go. Yeah, I see a lot more gold pumpers coming out to say gold is going to 2K. Well, I'd try and be realistic. I'm the one who's happy with 1,600, something like that. I feel 1,600 is more achievable at this point than 2,000. I mean, if you guys think where 2,000 is, I'll bring this down here. We're still a speck in regards to where 2,000 is. We're still here, so it's literally got a lot of movement to go. And likewise with silver, guys, I'd be happy with $25 silver, something like that. I don't need $50 and $30, and I mean all of that would be great. But for me, in the shorter term, I'd say we're closer to 20 than we've ever been. So well, obviously we were above 20 previously, but I'd say we're pretty close to getting up to those higher levels of the 18s, 19s, and then hopefully break that 20. That's a psychological zone. But again, I don't really like to predict, so I'd rather just work on what we see in the charts daily. It sort of makes it a bit more realistic. Let's have a look. So Clinton S there's and Steve Rice says, thank you, winning. There you go. That's Steve Rice. Health Baby right back. Got to run there. That's Clinton S. Cheers, buddy. Thanks so very much for dropping in. He said he's going to eating at Taco Bell. Awesome, man. Well enjoyed. Wolf Stalker said, what happened? Spin like the wind. Anyway, sorry, we're getting back to Litecoin there. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a reset when we do see movements. Unfortunately, at the moment, I still don't, in regards to Bitcoin's price, again, we're going to have to wait probably a few more days just to see if we're going to get above the 20-day moving average and consistently remain above it. Again, Bitcoin trades over the weekends 24/7, 7 days a week. So it's not like precious metals where they close at the end of the week. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. There's our resistance zone for Bitcoin on the daily. We're right on it. That's the 50-day moving average. So again, we need to break up above that level currently. I'd love to see us back down here and gain support back on the 8,000, get the buyers back into the market. This is what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of the retail investors keep playing with the price for Bitcoin because they all think, okay, it's at its bottom, let's go back up again. Institutional money will only come in when the price is at the right price for them. Don't forget about that. It's got to be the right price for them, not for us. So what we had here was and I've said this before, we had retail investors coming in, pumping up the price and saying, yeah, the institutional money is coming, it's coming, it's coming, and it never came. And then what happened was we ran out of steam right here. The retail investor ran out of money, literally. And what happened was there was a sell-off then. And then they tried to buy back in again. And then, of course, we had the tumble. And then we're back here again. So I'm not discounting anything. I'd rather just hold back a bit longer in regards to it. I mean, you can see here these wicks are really pressing for lower lows. So I have to keep an eye on that. That's Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm showing you the Litecoin chart, aren't I? Let me just check that out. So Litecoin possibly on the verge of a breakout here. Again, it just depends on what Bitcoin's doing. Hopefully we can get back into that mindset. When Bitcoin goes up, all the other altcoins can start to move up again. So we're literally just above the 20-day moving average. If we can maintain that, okay, that's on the hourly. Let's look at Litecoin on the daily. Yeah, not looking too great on the daily, but again, guys, I'm looking for lows that I'm going to buy in for Litecoin, just because I know where it's been. It's also had halving, so the supply has been hard for Litecoin. I'm not going to say, you see these videos, Litecoin to 500, Litecoin to 1,000. It'd be great if it does. If I buy in and it doubles my money, fantastic. I'd be happy with $150 Litecoin. It's been there. It's been there before. It's been $140. Man, if I buy it at $75 and it takes me to 140 again, man, I'd be super happy. But buying at these prices, I think it's just it's a good opportunity. So I might just wait for a little bit longer, see if we can get below 70, and then go in. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we're below our moving averages totally. We're moving into overbought here, guys, like desperately. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can break out of this position. Keep an eye on it. Let's bring up. Just going to show you Bitcoin again on the screen. Right, just going to check chat again. So where were we? We've got. You are very welcome, Steve Rice. That is Winning Image Photography. Will Stalker, NA 400. Got to run. Cheers, Native Stack. All the best, bud. You all have fun. Well, thank you very much and have a great day yourself. Jody Rhodes. Only need a couple of tweets from the Stable Genius. Interesting about silver. I was hoping that we would be sort of prepping ourselves. Based on yesterday's movement, not much happened yesterday, and I thought, well, we might just be able to get back above the 1720 mark. But at the end of the day, you got to take these gains when you can. So so long as we're above $17, I'm happy. Thumbs up, as far as I'm concerned. Will Stalker says, "Stable geniuses don't tweet." Yeah, if you look at everyone, I mean, if you look at all the channels out there, they're all about hyping everybody up into like, oh yeah, what's happening? Like, gold at 2,000 or Bitcoin at 40,000. Like, let's go take a look. And I don't tend to put any of that stuff on there. I'd rather say we were over an amount, like I normally do. If you check my thumbnails, I'll say silver over 1720, although we're now below it, because it is. If you look at the chart right then and there, it's above $17.20. I don't say, aiming for, or should I say, it's if it's at 1727, I would not say silver at 1727 because there's a good chance it's going to drop. Anyway, never mind. Health Babe says, Silver Limey 79, it's very typical to see minority of the mainstreams that are always behind. Why didn't they say gold will be at 2,000 in the first half of this year? Yeah, it's a very good point, Health Babe. It's very typical to see the majority of mainstreams that are always behind. Keyboard doesn't like me today. Clinton. Sorry, buddy. Oh, there you go. That's Will Stalker. He's put it out there. He says gold to 100,000. He didn't say when, though. Gold to 100,000 by when. There you go, guys. Okay, so we're Bitcoin below 10.5. Will Stalker. Health Babe. I was just joking about 10K gold. because I just saw a clickbait video from a channel called Shadow Stack that actually thinks that. Jeez. You know, I suppose when you've got 6,000 subscribers, or 10,000, whatever it is, you can make videos like that. You can, because you've got the audience to do it. I prefer to be a bit more realistic. Maybe that's why I don't get that many views as others. I'm sort of too cautious. Everybody, I mean, I'm sure I'd probably get a fair amount of hits if I said, yeah, gold to 10K. Here's how. I probably could do one of those. Pump says help, babe. Absolutely right. Max Kaiser RT is worth a watch too. Absolutely, Jody. I do share his content every now and then. Will Stalker says hilarious. Man, XRP, Will Stalker, XRP videos, man. Jeepers. Especially with actually we'll look at CoinMarketCap quickly, guys, before we finish up. CoinMarketCap that's where the cryptocurrencies are all showed on. So let's take a look. We got to check this out. Where's Jody? Jody's there. The emphasis of an SHIT coin is summed up with various coins. The reason why I wouldn't say Litecoin is one of those is because it shares the same what's the word? The same technology as Bitcoin. It was written by the same programming code. It's essentially the same code as Bitcoin, but it's faster and more energy efficient. That's Litecoin, and there's 4 times as many. So let's take a look at this here. This is CoinMarketCap, guys. All right, so let's have a look at the volume. Volume's slowing down now because obviously the majority of the selling, and everyone gets excited now. They go, "Whoa, the volume's there! The volume's there!" If you look at the volume again, guys, for those there, it's been predominantly selling, which has created the volume. But the volume is still fairly low. Look at where we were back here. Look at these numbers there. That's the volume on the day there. So again, there was only that pump there that we saw. Really, the guys were like really getting excited, and now we're sort of kind of average. Again, it's just the volume. The volume, guys, is the key to this flipping thing. So down from 70 something to 65. Market cap still low. We're at 271. So again, we haven't really gone up a lot. Bitcoin dominance is 69.1, which is interesting. Ethereum is up to $186. Wow, okay, 0.85%. Litecoin market cap dropping there, about 900 million short of Bitcoin Cash. However, Bitcoin up at 4.3%. So again, we might people may not be learning their lesson from the previous run-up. Stop selling your altcoins and stop buying Bitcoin. Just wait for the price to naturally start to gain momentum. Jeepers. Anyway, that's pretty much my opinion on that and how I feel about that. Let's have a look here. Rick G, my man, how you doing, Rick G? Silver Limey says you might want to consider to do a silver pumping video to increase your views and subscribers. The thing is, Health Babe, I'm happy with my subscriber base I currently have at the minute. As much as I want to go out there and have 2,000, 3,000 subs, I'm happy with my base of subscribers that I have, and I'd prefer to naturally slowly increase my viewership and have the quality to go with that. The problem with it is when you're out there and you're suckering people into your channels, is then you don't get the viewership. You just get in the subscribers. And ideally, I want people to enjoy the content. I looked at the comments yesterday; were fantastic there. Guys were like, really, I really love the way the channel is, and you've got so many topics, and you have a look at the charts, and you do videos, and I try and do the whole package. And I mean, I understand it's not for everyone's liking, and there are other channels there that are more in. But essentially, that is where I like to leave it. Will Stalker says, good way to get clicks though. Make a 10K gold title, then ramble nonsense to rally up the doomsday weirdos. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I gotta get back to work now. No problem, Rick. Cheers, buddy. Take care. I've got to really get going myself, guys. Okay, it looks like I've got a bit more time there, guys. So let's have a look through shortly. There we go. Well, look, Will Stalker says, lol, HB, I'll sub to the ones who laugh and block ones who think I'm serious. CoinClick says, congrats on being monetized. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, guys. I had a look at the first few videos, guys. Monetization is a funny thing. So again, I guess as you, I mean, it's only been a couple of days, I suppose, but it's interesting the amount that you get from the ads. So it's very interesting. Will Stalker says that's hilarious. Sorry, help babe. That's hilarious. Clinton S says spinning like a 46-year-old top today at Bigfoot. That's awesome, man. There we go. Silver Limey 79. There's no point to get subscribers in my channel since the majority of my viewers are from recommended videos by YouTube. Really? Oh, well, that's great, isn't it? It says there is no point to get subscribers in my channel since the majority of viewers are from recommended video by YouTube. Wow. Okay. Well, that's great to get recommended there. Health babe. Winning Image Photography says people keep wanting to talk to me. Stupid work. That's awesome. Hey, Bigfoot. This is Winning Image there. Yeah, so guys, looking at it, right, so if we look at the top 5 cryptos, guys, so obviously we've got Bitcoin there. Again, market cap still pretty average. You know, we've had more. Ethereum, 20 billion market average. XRP's lost a substantial amounts of market cap. And there you go. The price shows, guys, 26 cents. Cheapest. Yep. It's worth 2,500 Satoshis when you look at a Bitcoin, XRP to Bitcoin ratio. It's down 0.12%. They're the donkeys for everybody. It's been a while. Anyway, so DB Stupid Man, how you doing? He says picked up a massive safe yesterday. Wow, posted a video. I'm definitely going to check that out. It's one of those walk-in ones. Coin Collector says, "Are you a millionaire yet?" Yeah. I think it might take a few thousand years. Let's put it that way, guys. How much is it per ad? It works in cents, Coin Collector. Although I suppose it depends on. I mean, I've got no idea how it works from people watching the ads versus those that just watch it for 3 seconds and skip. So you know, maybe when someone watches the whole ad, obviously I've mentioned this previously. If you guys would certainly do the channel a favor and watch the ads for the first 30 seconds or so. At least then it just means that you've. And some of the ads are interesting. To be honest, I was quite surprised. There was a few ads there that are quite funny. I think there's one about eToro and there's a happiness donut stand that these guys have got these 2 actors and what they're obviously talking about no commission. And I've watched it quite a few times. I just love the reaction. The guy wants a jam donut, so the guy eats takes a chunk out of it and puts it in the bag. Obviously talking about commission fees, and obviously eToro doesn't charge any commission fees. I think that's just hilarious. And there's another one there with Danny DeVito. It's also eToro, but anyway. Jody Rhodes, a coin dealer. There we go. Bigfoot says 100 air here, Coin Collector. Yeah. Yeah, I think you've really got to get mega views in regards to it. So I'm sure there's channels out there. They're all in a hurry to get to 1,000 first of all, and then when you get to 1,000, it's like then you need to get watch time, and then you realize that you're majorly down on watch time, and you've got to come up with some plans. But guys, I mean, there's hard work with everything when it comes to channels. When you're doing your YouTube channels, guys, it takes a lot of hard work. I mean, a lot of you here have your own channels, and you've got to keep the content going and you've got to be in that mindset of where you want the channel to go. Essentially, when I started this channel nearly a year ago, you've got no idea. You're like, wow, these guys have got like 200 subscribers. Start up straight away, get your first videos going, then start chatting to people and work things that way, and slowly start getting the wheels turning. It takes a long time. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to get to where I am as well, and obviously from the majority of yourselves subscribing and listening to the channel. So again, it's a big thank you there. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of hours to do what we do, guys. And it's a pity they don't make a documentary about it, because I think the day in the life of a YouTuber, I think is that would make some pretty interesting documentary work, because there's a lot. I mean, of time that goes into doing these videos. Coin Collector says donkeys. Yes, absolutely. Sucker for silver, man. How you doing? Nice to hear the donkeys again. I had a donkey, thought it was a moon boy. Yeah, that's right. The moon boys are not around. At least there's no moon boys on my channel. DB Stupid says, yeah, you can walk into this safe. There you go. I love it. DB Stupid's got a Krugerrand, Paul Kruger as his profile pic. Very cool. Steve Rice says, Bigfoot, 100 air. That's me. And then we've got Winning Image Photography. Give them all kisses on the noses for me. I have premium YouTube, so you should get ad rev from me just watching you. Wow, okay. Thanks, DB. Is there? I mean, I often get the 1 month free trial for premium. Is it? Do you reckon it's any good? The premium. If gold hits $1,600 an ounce, I'm gonna be toeless Bigfoot soon. Now, there's someone who's realistic, and when it comes to the expectations. Now, he's Bigfoot silver. He's not looking for $2,000. I mean, you think majority of the time people would say, yeah, when gold hits 2,500, man, I'm going to go on holiday. And there's Bigfoot putting a comment in, says, if gold hits, again, it's not the if, guys, it's the when. Because I mean, look at where we are. What are we? 1520? Sorry, 1510, somewhere around there. 1515. Gold price is currently at right now. So again, you're more realistic to get 1,600 than you are going to get 2,000 or 2,500. So fair play to you there, man. Jody Rhodes says they brought Litecoin too. They bought Litecoin. No, Litecoin was made with the same code. It was a fork. It was a fork of Bitcoin. That's the reason why everyone's fairly bullish on it. And in regards to it, so whenever and everyone's been talking about development when it comes to Litecoin. There's no development. There's no development. They don't need the development, because Bitcoin, whenever they do the development, they can slide it straight into they can put it straight into Litecoin because it uses the same code. So yeah, it's very compatible in regards to Bitcoin is Litecoin, guys. So don't forget about that. Whip. He might get a bit on the forehead. I hate that donut stand advert. There you go. I haven't seen it so often. I know it's probably because either. Well, I don't know. I guess that's the one they keep, or the stuff, because don't forget the ads are based on what you are probably looking at on YouTube. So if you're looking at charts or looking at coins and stuff like that, it's sort of related. I think it's quite hilarious. It's funny how every now and then I watch it. Sucker for Silver says, hey Limey, how did you decide to start a YouTube channel? What made you want to do it? What made me want to do it was I just needed to keep myself busy with something, because I was getting fairly bored with my life, and I wanted to, and I thought, people are doing this YouTube stuff, doing videos, and I thought I'll do reviews differently, because I didn't want to copy people out there. I had a look at the channels, nobody was really going in depth with reviews, so I thought, well, I'll do my reviews, the way that I like to do it, based on that, and it'll be quite different to everybody else. That's how I essentially started to get involved. Now, you should have seen like my earlier videos, which I, they were quite funny. When I got my backgrounds, essentially, I got rid of the old ones because they weren't that great for the studio kind of functionality of it, and I wanted to put across the way that I wanted the channel to show to others. But yeah, it was mainly about just getting involved in silver and precious metals as such. Steve, sorry, Winning Image Photography says, I hope not, Will Stalker. Steve Rice says, Limey, that's one of the reasons why I don't have content. It could crash with my lazy streak, and I'm so opinionated. There's quite a few people laughing there. DV Stupid says, premium service is worth it to me. I don't like to listen to ads while I listen at work or in the car. I also watch on Apple TV, and it's pain to skip. Okay, cool, man. Well, there you go. Yeah, so if you upgrade to premium, you can obviously bypass all the ads. Johnny Rhodes says it's brilliant. The YouTube Premium, especially using the app. Oh, that's interesting. I'll definitely have to try it out, maybe. Silver Fun Green Thumb says, hello, dang, I knew I should have bought a platinum when it was 820. Just popped on to say hi, gotta go. Have a great day, dudes and gals. Cheers, Silver Fun, all the best. Thank you for dropping in, man. Really appreciate it. Thumbs up to you. Oxy88 says it was either become a stripper or create a YouTube channel for Limey. Good job. He couldn't find the stockings. That's a good one. You know what? If you can't laugh at yourself, then who can you laugh at? Jody Rhodes says, who else has a channel? There's loads here, Jody. I do, Jody. 4 subs now. He's got a lot more than that. Stalker's doing pretty well, man. He's up 500. He's up over 500, which is cool. The government terrorizes us with terrorism. Steve Rice, Oaks is, thank God for that. Right, guys, let's take. We're going to have another quick look at silver, guys, and we're going to wrap this up. The reason being is it looks like what I was saying was starting to actually happen there. So let's take a look. There we go. So the next candle. Well, sorry, we're 40 minutes into the next candle there. We're at 1716. We're starting to test this upper zone here, which is the juicy one. There you go. You can see we tested it. We were rejected. So again, we've knocked on this 50-day moving average here twice now, guys. Maybe even consistently if you count the other few hours. So we are testing to head up higher. So hopefully we can start doing this, and then hopefully maybe even get above it or even sit on it, something like that. Where would that put us if we're here? 1718, 1720, I'd be happy with by the end of the day, which gives us another foundation there to start working away, chipping away here, and then break up. Man, that would be fantastic. So hopefully we can maintain that, guys. Gold's still at 1515. Platinum is at $850 currently. We're going to show you that one because that one looks pretty sweet. Look at that, man, guys. Platinum. Wow, very strong buying. Again, we're testing the upper resistance zone. But it's still looking pretty good. This is on the hourly, man. So there's some good volume that's come into platinum here in the last hour. Platinum at 850. I'm just thinking, what should I do for the thumbnail, guys? Do you think silver for the thumbnail, or do you reckon platinum for the thumbnail? Because I think obviously that's the one that's looking the best at the minute is platinum. The only reason why I don't put Bitcoin on the thumbnail is obviously you guys know that already, right? What's my name? My name is Silver Limey. It's not Bitcoin Limey or Litecoin Limey. So again, I just show you these, but essentially I do platinum, palladium, gold, and silver. Platinum, guys, 850. Man, been a good buying opportunity back down here. Geez, Palladium isn't doing too badly either. About 1450, looking pretty strong. Oxy88 said, did the stock market lose again today, or did it rebound? That is a good question, actually. I haven't got it in front of me right now, Oxy. I'll have to double check that. Stalker says, have a good one, sir, Lime. I have to go and stalk eBay while the wifey is asleep. I think we'll have to chat again, bud. I've got my eye on a few special sovereigns, which I'm hopefully going to be putting a bid in soon. Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker says platinum is just not for me. I'd rather buy gold. Would you buy gold at this price, though? Bigfoot Silver, sorry. Would you buy gold at 1550 if you think of the value the platinum offers? If you can try and get it at the lowest premium, I think it does offer significant value when it's priced to gold. But I hear you. I hear you. Although I just said that I'm looking at a gold sovereign next. Oh, I didn't say gold sovereign, but yeah, I think you guys get the point. Sucker for silver. Is this dead? Is this a dead cat bounce on Bitcoin? You know what? I'm just playing a cautious sucker for silver because, again, I'm just, I just get the feeling that we're just getting these troughs, and all it's doing is it's creating liquidity for the guys with the biggest bags. And the problem is the retail investors are the ones trying to obviously make money on Bitcoin. I mean, again, guys, you check this out quickly before we close off. And this is the laughable thing about volume. Where are we? Bitcoin. Check this out, guys. You're going to find this very easy. Look at what's being traded here, guys. And this is what I'm saying. The institutional money is not there. There's no flipping way is the institutional money there. Look at the volume here. So you got the price here in blue and you got the price there in red. So that's sell and that's buy. Right, look here. So 1495.48 ties by 0.75 Bitcoin. We've got one there. 0.30 Bitcoin. 0.07 Bitcoin. 2.3 Bitcoin. 0.01 Bitcoin. Come on, guys. You can't short this. It's just too risky in my mind. I mean, look at that. 0.38. 0.0027. Johnny in his computer there has put in his $10 worth of Bitcoin, and he's hoping that we're going to the moon. I just don't get it. I mean, now there's a big one. That was 46. There's 0.28, 0.29. God, you can't tell me that the big and all these guys are doing is the retailers are just creating all the liquidity, and the guys with the biggest ones are the guys making the most money. These are guys that are selling large amounts of Bitcoin. Like all of a sudden, if you think like you sold Bitcoin and you had 500 of them and you sold them at 10.3, and then of course you buy back in at 9.7, that's 500-600 times that by 500 Bitcoin. That's profit. You buy back in again with the same amount, then all of a sudden the retail investors are back in again, pushing the price up to 10.5. You just bought it at 10.7. Man, you've just cashed in 800. Now who's not going to drop there? That's another 500 again. Boom, cash, and then buy in again. Not with this volume. Check that out, guys. 0.06, 0.001. Do me a favor. Anyone talks about moon boys? There they are, right there. Big silver hide and seeker says, "See you around, Will Stalker." Yeah, so sucker for silver. That's the reason why I'm being really cautious right now. I just don't see large volume. The Panama Canal will be getting hotter on the world stage. China and Russia need the East Coast South American oil. Oh, yeah, that's right. That is very true. Step Stacker says, "Hello, gang." Right, guys, that's about as far as I'm going. I want to thank all of you for watching. Thanks again for, keeping your notifications on. Hope you have a fantastic day wherever you guys are. Thanks again. Hit the thumbs up. Put your comments in. Don't forget about the goal video. And check the eye icon, which will appear later. I'll be including some extra videos. So thanks for watching. See you on Monday. So Wild Bill's Hobbies. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks, Wild Bill. Thanks for popping in. It's always great to see you there. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Health Babe, Jody Rhodes, Winning Image Photography, Step Stacker. Take care. Oaksy88, Bigfoot. I'll see you guys on the next one. All the best and have a great day.